Fala meus amigos, como vai? Tudo bem? Aqui quem fala é o Cubo, retornando com mais uma gameplay de Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos fazer a missão no lugar do tio Byron. Vamos falar sobre a origem primeiro. Decidido aí em frente, qual é o seu plano? Eu sei. Você nunca foi de fugir de uma briga. Aqui diga que é de família. Seu pai está orgulhoso.
Thank you, uncle.
Obrigado, tio. Eu sei que ele vai estar com a gente lá em cima.
As for down here,
Quando as coisas aqui embaixo, você pode ficar tranquilo sabendo que o mundo estará em minhas boas mãos até você voltar. Sem dúvidas. Agora, 3 demais.
Clive, my boy. Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh? I would have done the same for anyone else. You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests? From what little I saw, you were right to be worried. I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly. But where do we start? True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies, and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart. But how would one even begin to unite the realm? The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel. I thought he was retired. He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter. Of course you have. And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Vamos lá.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it. That's the spirit. I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas? Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith. Excellent. Thank you, Uncle. No, thank you, Clive.
Vamos lá. 3 é demais. Vamos pra cá. Galera, peço que vocês já se inscrevam aqui no canal e que deixem seu like. Isso ajuda bastante.
What are you looking for?
Então, se puderem dar uma força, eu agradeço encarecidamente. Alento da escuridão, nuvem celeste.
May Gilbert smile upon you.
fácil, vou ter que passar.
Do you see that too?
Todo mundo olhando ali, ó. A origem.
Papa? What is it? Please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
Eu queria que tivessem explicado um pouco mais essa parte aqui, cara. Sabe o que rolou nessa cratera, sabe? Do Leviatã, só deram uma pincelada também. Eu queria saber um pouco mais sobre o que aconteceu com ele. Por que ele deixou de existir, vamos dizer. Literalmente, o Joshua tinha mencionado que o Leviatã foi um Wacom perdido. Ah, achei que dá pra pular.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Chegamos.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal. Obliging.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Finish him. Ok, coragem. Vamos começar já. Dando umas esferadas na cabeça. Todo mundo muito estressado aí. Inimigos derrotados.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
De quem que será que ele tá pensando? What? Não sei. Talvez.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin.
Quentin.
I hope I can convince him at least.
Vamos lá ver ele. Em ela. Ela perdida? Ela perdida, é isso. Eu tava pensando, não sei se vocês vão lembrar, mas no começo do jogo teve um cara que traiu a gente, né? Várias pessoas traíram a gente, pela verdade. Mas enfim, teve um dos soldados lá que traiu a gente. Eu não lembro de ter matado ele ou enfrentado ele desde então. Eu me pergunto se aconteceu alguma coisa. Devia ter vindo de Chocobo, ele tinha chegado faz tempo. E aí, batedor?
I made sure our fallen comrades were laid to rest.
Bom.
And they can rest easy, knowing that their sacrifice.
E aí, meu amigo?
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
Aceito.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Vamos voltar pro esconderijo. Ah, tá aqui já. Mais fácil do que imaginei.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Continua a missão. Continua a missão. Mansão Rossfield.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the bloody outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
O negócio aí não tá andando.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
A tríade. Voltamos com o dirige.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Missão concluída. 3 é demais. Pacto da Tríade. Boleto da escuridão. Ok, mais uma missão concluída.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is it?
Vamos subir. É, pior que tem uma questão de distância de local mesmo. Quando a gente tá mais longe mesmo. Aquele negócio do caminho. Tá, vamos ver essas duas missõezinhas que estão mais próximas aqui. Vou conversar com esse migão aqui. Sei lá quem que é esse louco. Ah, aquela Dorothy.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all
Doris.
means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Então nós vamos juntos.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Vamos lá. Mestre de si. Aqui. Lá naquela parte, finalmente a gente vai acessar aquele lugar.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
Beleza. Apareceu o Lich ali de volta. De novo essas bombas caem no mesmo lugar que estavam antes. Eu vou fazer um teste, até aproveitando que a gente tá nessa situação aqui. Gungnir, aço dançante, pó de diamante, era do gelo, sopro flamejante, liga flama. Eu tô com algumas habilidades que a gente tinha gastado pontos, né? Eu acho que eu vou pegar e vou incorporar de volta nessas outras que a gente tá usando mais no momento, sabe? gente não tá usando, então pelo menos a gente pode utilizar esses pontos depois. Eu tenho 3.000 pontos. Tem que juntar mais 3.000 para conseguir fechar esse daqui. E melhorar mais a habilidade do Bahamut. Vamos deixar assim por enquanto. Eu até podia melhorar mais ainda a habilidade do Bahamut, mas esperando a gente.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Pode deixar.
Just how bad are the floods inside the
Agora abriu o
walls?
caminho.
Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Vamos lá.
Locked up tight.
Eu tava dizendo aqui do lado lá. Não sei pra quê. Inspecionar. Treva de Bamug, decreto de designação. O reino de Wallow designa por meio deste a instituição como prisão para reclusão de portadores domésticos estrangeiros. O propósito da instituição é educar e treinar uma fera acusa para envio ao campo. O propósito indicado anteriormente é completamente sigiloso e qualquer menção dele será punida com a morte. Portadores cativos foram fornecidos exclusivamente para alcançar o propósito anteriormente mencionado. É necessário permissão expressa para o uso de portadores em qualquer outra circunstância.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Já sabemos que vamos ter que matar uma criatura. Será que vai ser mais um daqueles tipo felinos? Tem uma escada aqui. O que será que tem pra cá? Cara, esse lugar é grande pra caramba.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Caution, brother. Caution, brother. Quiet.
Caution. O que será que significa caution, brother? Tá.
When did you get so big?
Vamos descer. Mais um nível alcançado. Temos aqui inspecionar. Memorando sobre a alimentação da fera Cusa. Problemas de abastecimento recentes nos deixaram com recursos insuficientes para alimentar a Cusa sob nosso cuidado. Felizmente, observamos a criatura matar e consumir portadores designados a lutar ao lado dela em uma batalha durante o treinamento. Observamos em sequência a fera entrar em um estado de contentamento visível após se alimentar assim, sugerindo que portadores vivos podem até ser a sua fonte preferida de sustento. Apesar de inesperado, o comportamento não é um problema. Portadores que não tenham mais uso em treinamento podem ser reaproveitados quando necessário.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Recomendações sobre a utilização da fera Cusa. A Cusa foi há algum tempo reconhecida como uma espécie especialmente agressiva, por isso esperávamos que a utilização efetiva delas no campo de batalha se tornasse um meio de causar grandes números de vítimas inimigas. Entretanto, nos exércitos conduzidos até agora, a fera provou ser incapaz de distinguir combatentes aliados e inimigos. Assim, sua utilização junto de tropas comuns não é recomendada. Propomos que, em vez disso, cativos portadores sejam enviados para atrair o foco do inimigo e a fera seja solta logo depois da briga para conseguirmos um benefício máximo com o mínimo de perdas devido aos Wallodeses.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Tá.
Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Aquele lado a gente já foi. A gente pegou aquele baú.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it?
Infelizmente...
Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? and all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Vamos lá, acho que finalmente a gente vai conseguir abrir aquela outra porta. Aqui? Não, mais pra frente que a gente desce. Aqui. Quero só ver que tipo de criatura a gente vai encontrar nessa parte do jogo.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Essa grade torta aqui já indica muita coisa, né? Âmbar. Não sei pra que vai servir isso, mas...
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Ah, uma criança aqui.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Pode deixar. Ah,
It's
tinha
out
que
there
ser
waiting
você.
for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Tá, vamos lá. Mais um carinho pra você, Torgo.
Get it, boy!
Oh, uma nossa. Tem nada melhor, né? Vamos lá. Cadê? Aqui estão as grades. Fera acusa, ranquear. Olha só. Achei mais uma. Ameaça notória.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
teste com esse aqui agora. Difícil acertar esse golpe, hein? Ah, que raiva disso. Não acredito que perdi o... Aproveitar agora, hein? O máximo que a gente puder. Acabar com a vida dessa coisa. Vamos lá.
Farewell.
Aê. Milhão.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
A cara da outra.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Eu achando que era um coliseu. Enfim, era uma prisão. Voltamos algum tempo depois.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Ok, acho que agora a gente completou a missão. Missão concluída. Mestre de si. Além da escuridão Gungnir. Ok, missão completa. Agora vamos finalizar essa aqui. Depois a gente vai para as outras duas ali. Então bora. Falta muito para mim conseguir pegar a última recompensa daqui.
How may I help you today, Clive?
2.850. Tá pouco. Será que literalmente essa aqui é a última que a gente consegue pegar?
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Parece que tem tanta missão disponível ainda. Mas talvez seja o final mesmo.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
Claro,
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Vamos lá.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Vamos lá, tentativa e erro. Acho que o cara vai fazer uma besteira, hein?
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Aqui. Opa, aí. Em que lugar de Rincão eles estão agora? Esse lugar é imenso pra caramba. Já estão aqui perto.
Zare might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook will be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
Bom, vai dar alguma coisa errada.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
A gente vai perseguir ele.
Alright, Ember. Trust me.
Como é que eu chego lá? Vou de carona.
Run like the wind.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Travou.
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Too slow. Nice try.
Uma esfriada nesse bicho. Reduzir o máximo possível da vida dele. Vou acabar com ele agora. 80 mil de dano, cara.
Ember, are you?
Fugiu?
Gone. scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Eu acho que eu já tinha vindo aqui e já tinha pegado algum item aqui nessa região. Bem.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Eu podia ter feito uma viagem rápida já direto pra lá, né? Mas eu esqueci. Bom, não é tão longe assim, não é? Dá pra ir. Deixa eu comer de boa.
You deserve a rest.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
O que será que vai decidir?
This won't be an easy decision.
Deixa eu ver como tá a situação aqui
Do you see anything you like?
dessas poções.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Beleza. Vamos voltar lá pro esconderijo agora. Opa!
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
E agora? Cara, eu vou reprovar. O cara vai morrer se chegar o momento de travar, cara.
When faced with an unexpected foe, Ember froze. He did not run. He did not fight.
Senão o cara vai morrer.
Had I not been there, he would be dead. It would be too great a risk to send him out on a mission alone.
Thank you, Sid, for your honest appraisal. Ember, you braved the tower and emerged unscathed. Yes, but only because Sid saved your skin. To me, that's no better than being caught red-handed. You failed the test.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Ok, concluímos a missão. Eu não sei se eu escolhi certo, mas eu acho que realmente o cara... Meu Deus do céu, só um minutinho. Tá, voltei. A cachorrada tá animada. Tá, conseguimos completar essa missão. Eu acho que eu escolhi certo, cara. Porque o cara, ele não fugiu aquela hora. Tipo... Fugiu não, travou. É como o Clive disse. Se ele tivesse fugindo ainda... Mas, tipo, deixar ele daquele jeito lá é muito perigoso. E aí, Gav, tem uma missão pra mim também?
You alright?
Vamos falar sobre a origem primeiro.
About that.
Sobre isso, se eu puder ajudar em alguma coisa pra matar esse tal de último, é só me falarem aí. Você podia prometer que vai tirar o nome Cid das minhas mãos?
Oi!
Opa, nem briga com isso aí. Até porque você não disse que ainda tinha que usar esse nome? Pior que disse mesmo, né? Agora, se você quiser me dar um título ainda mais grandioso, no nível de seu Cid, um fora da lei, aí seria outra história. Vejamos, Gávio magnânimo, Gávio todo-poderoso, Gávio coração de leão, algo mais ou menos nessa linha. Deixe a decisão por sua conta. Sei que você é o mais do que capaz de escolher a alcunha perfeita para o braço direito de Cid. O braço direito, é? Eu topo esse. Agora vamos ver aqui, missão.
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Vamos lá então.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's not lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Vamos fazer essa missão então. Opa.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Vai ter que continuar conversando com o pessoal aqui.
We've got a few rooms going spare now.
Então esse estoque de coisas
Anything
aqui.
catch your eye? Very well.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Tá. Aquele atrás a gente acha alguém?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh,
Achamos aqui.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Ready, go?
Nossa, é cinza então? Achava que fosse meio que prateado, nossa, mano.
For a change.
Deve ser por aqui, né?
More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
Coletar pena.
Well, I'll be damned.
Transparente não bronze, eu tô falando que era um prateado.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gareth before they change their minds.
Pena de jogo como prateado. Tem algumas missõezinhas que são bem mais tranquilas, né?
It was no trouble.
Ah, o cara tá falando com ele.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Pena de jogo prateado.
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
Fez rápido isso aí?
What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Vamos lá então.
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
Onde é que ela tá? Enfermaria. Tá.
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is...
O Gav gosta dela.
Please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
Eu acho que o Gavi tá apaixonado pela moça. Não sei, né? Posso estar falando besteira, mas acho que gosta. Ele fica todo sem jeito na hora de falar com ela.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister, and then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
Missão concluída? Ainda não.
I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Missão concluída. Penas de passado e futuro. Hidromel de inverno. Parece nos aposentos do Clive.
One of these days. One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha, you think you're so funny. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
Tá, missão concluída. Vamos agora pra cá. Eu não esqueci de você, Chocobo. Eu esqueço o nome dele, cara. Mas vamos lá. Criançada, o que vocês estão aprontando aí? Quebraram alguma coisa de volta?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No.
Ah.
Well, yes, but that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Acho que eu ando meio preocupado com a Mid também.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
Priorizar de olho no céu. Tá lá embaixo. Achei que dava pra falar pra ali.
Mid, if you have a...
Nossa.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Like Strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
They make an oil down at the docks in Old Hill that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about, I should be able to finish them.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Tá, descobrimos. Dois lugares. Primeiro pra cá. Pegar o óleo. A gente enfrenta a tartaruga depois. Ou não, sei lá, eu acho que é esse. Por aqui.
Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Achar dois olhos. Aqui.
This should be enough.
Agora que veio goblin ali, duende. Caraca, bicho safado, desviou. Na hora que eu ia atacar ele. Porra, cara. Vocês estão de sacanagem comigo? Não tive nem chance de acertar os caras. Bem, paciência. Vamos lá. Aqui. Procurar a tartaruga.
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Acho que achamos a tartaruga.
You deserve a rest.
Quiet.
Looks like we found him.
Sério? É que finalmente entrou no... Só a cabeça, né? Pra atacar esse dragão. Acabar com ela assim, pra não gastar os ataques especiais que a gente tem. Inimigo derrotado. Casco de damantuga.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Ele travou? Você viu que o live ficou bugado? Tá, vamos levar pra mid. Falta pouco, hein? Quase acabando as missões secundárias. Nem que dê uma esticadinha maior de volta. Mas a gente tenta finalizando nesse vídeo as últimas missões secundárias.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Que casco.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Pior que é, né? Quando a gente montou a balança, tinha sobrado uma peça.
Midadol mentioned a new project.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's
É bom
good to
saber,
know.
né?
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Eu não tinha reparado. Você viu que tem uns desenhos aqui no quadro? Eu queria poder enxergar melhor o que eles desenharam aqui, mas...
When you return, would you mind teaching the children another lesson? They did so enjoy your last.
Vamos lá falar com a Midi de volta.
Well, did they have it?
Roda dentada de zinco.
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? It's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place. Well, you just wait and see.
Ela fez protótipo?
That should do it. Here goes nothing.
Agora tá parecendo os navios de Final Fantasy.
Titan's tits.
Teta de titã.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one. So that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out.
Talvez um Final Fantasy XVII?
I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gumless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Acho que fizeram tipo uma homenagem aos Final Fantasy antigos. Quando mostrar essa parte ali.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it isn't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Agora concluímos, né? É. De olho no céu. Mas admito que gostaria de ter visto esse navio voando.
What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time on it. We both did.
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. They'll weigh you down, you know.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder. Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you. Just make sure you get a good price when you do come to part with it.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
Tá. Fornalha. Agora vamos para a missão. Parece estar acima de nós, né? Como que eu chego lá? Tem uma escada aqui, tem aqui. É a penúltima missão, além dessa aqui, né?
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
Fala aí, mano.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone, and few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
Não, eu vou.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Priorizar a missão. Erros do passado. Tá, pra cá. Vamos de volta pra reload. O que? Caraca, o que esse bicho tá fazendo perdido aqui no meio do nada, cara? Será que ele é uma ameaça notória? Bom, vamos lá primeiro. Dependendo como for a situação. Deixa eu ver. Próximo aqui da entrada mesmo de Vidarcas. Tô vendo já o teto do orfanato. Tem uma entrada por aqui.
To the stables, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Já tinha vindo pra cá mesmo. Um baú. Opa. Conservatório Badbat, sei lá como se fala isso. Decreto de incorporação. O reino de valor incorpora por meio desta instituição onde portadores de jovens receberão a oportunidade de oferecer seus serviços ao Estado como soldados. Recrutas que sucumbirem à maldição dos cristais ou por outros motivos serão descartados sem hesitação. O cemitério é restritamente reservado para os não amaldiçoados. O descarte de portadores dentro de seus muros será punido com a morte.
Disposed of.
Pois é. Cronograma de treinamento. Exércitos de hoje consistirão de pátio pesado, 20 sacos de areia durante o tempo determinado pelo instrutor. A fornalha. A intensidade do fogo aumentará gradativamente. Combate real. De 1 a 3 cães infernais, dependendo do desempenho.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that.
Eu recentemente soube que minha própria filha estava entre as crianças que viraram pedra devido ao treinamento brutal ao qual eu as sujeitei. Eu quase não pensei mais nela desde que entreguei às autoridades quando ainda era bebê. Mas as investigações com os militares confirmaram que ela era. Eu tenho torturado o sangue no meu sangue, e agora eu a vejo em todos os lugares. Hoje uma das crianças sorriu para mim na esperança de receber alguns restos da minha mesa. Era o sorriso dela, o riso que ela herdou da mãe, a mãe que eu matei por dar alusão ao portador. Os fantasmas deles voltaram para me assombrar. Minha filha, minha esposa, todas as crianças, muitos morreram pelas minhas mãos. Não aguento mais a culpa, e por isso eu decidi que amanhã eu também morrerei. Será a última ordem que daria àqueles coitados. O último tormento ao qual eu sujeitarei. Eu comandarei que arranque cada membro meu e enterre meu corpo amaldiçoado sobre a árvore branca cujos galhos retorcidos se viram aos céus em súplica. E ao meu lado estará minha vergonha, minha maldição, o registro de nomes de todos eles, todos a quem eu fiz mal. Tá, sabemos.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Quando eu vim pela primeira vez, pra cá tinha alguns inimigos.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Conservatório Bet, registro de perdidos e portadores. 846V, 8E, 16D. Hans, 10 anos, petrificação. Alfred, de 9 anos, sucumbiu ao treinamento. Franz, 12 anos, petrificação. Paulina, 10 anos, emancipação. Bruno, 11 anos, castigado por tentativa de fuga. Joana, 12 anos, castigado por tentativa de fuga. Reinhard, 9 anos, sucumbiu ao treinamento. Marta, 10 anos, sucumbiu ao treinamento. Lotan, 12 anos, petrificação. Durante 11 anos, emancipação. E vários pontinhos.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. And where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Chato você aí. Inimigos derrotados.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Eu vou fazer uma viagem rápida pra cá, só pra gente ver se aquela criatura que tá lá, eu tô realmente achando que é uma ameaça notória, que a gente pode aproveitar e já matar ela, ou ela matar a gente. Esse é amarelo ainda, diferente. É uma ameaça notória. Ranking S, quer ver? É, Bemoto Rei.
Another one of Royalist's guard dogs. What a specimen.
Sério? Acertou pelo. Quatro cavaleiros. Tirando metade da vida dele ainda. Aê, finalmente, cara. Difícil capacitar esse bicho aí. Dá uma nuvem atrás de mim, cara. Vai. Aí, pô. Deu boa.
No match for you, eh, Toggle?
Conseguimos. Vamos voltar lá pro esconderijo. É só passar na Sharon primeiro. Recuperar um pouco do material que a gente perdeu.
It's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Cara, ainda falta ainda pra...
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Quero isso aqui, porque você não deixa. Não consigo fazer o trevaço, cara. Tô de cara com isso já.
Anything else?
Say what you will.
Tipo, agora eu tenho mais orichalco. E eu não consigo a carcaça daquele monstro que falta pra gente conseguir fazer a espada.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
Registro dos portadores.
If I may.
Deve.
The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive? when so many others died in that awful place.
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Missão concluída. Erros do passado. Tá, falta só aqui no quarto do Clive a gente vê a carta que tem. Vamos lá ver o que é essa missão secundária. Eu vou dar uma olhada também no Modo pra ver se falta muita caçada ainda pra gente finalizar. Eu espero que não, cara, porque, pô, então aí faz uma... Ah não, lá na biblioteca, pra cá. Cara, tá enchendo aqui, hein? Ó, quanta coisa a gente já conseguiu. Nossa, os caras estão dando placa pra gente de tudo que é tipo, cara. Faltam mais 3 tesourinhos aqui. Pra completar todos os muros de memória. Nossa, apareceu carta pra caramba aqui. Tá. Antes de partirmos, Ifrit, minha mais sincera gratidão por permitir que eu me reúna com meu mestre, Apócrates. Poderia partir para a jornada mais importante com o coração livre de arrependimentos. No entanto, nessas últimas luas, eu me dei conta de que quanto mais tempo passo na sua companhia e na de seu irmão, mais devo a vocês. Devemos enfrentar imediatamente essa ameaça que o último representa, não só para salvar o mundo, mas também para que me poupar de uma eternidade de retribuição. Jill. Retornos seguros. Obrigado, Clive, por sempre ceder aos caprichos dessa velha alma trêmula. Tenho vergonha de ter permitido por muitos anos que a teimosia e o medo me impedissem de algo tão simples como deixar um amigo saber o quanto eu me orgulhava dele. Sua intervenção tirou um peso do meu coração. Talvez após seu retorno triunfante dos céus, você esteja disposto a compartilhar essas histórias usando aquela pena que eu te dei de presente. Muitos de nós gostariam de saber em primeira mão sobre o tempo que passou com o Sacro Príncipe, inclusive eu. Jabai Kipla. Pela da Jill. Soldado do Destino. Você se lembra do que me disse naquela noite no Portal da Fênix? Quando o destino de Rosária depender de mim, o destino de dominante dependerá de você. Mas nós não somos os dominantes de fogo? A chama de nossos antepassados não queima em nossos corações? Não devo protegê-lo como você me protegeu? Você escolheu ser meu escudo, agora me deixe escolher ser o seu. Não é o que o nosso pai queria, o que Cid queria, abrir mão do destino e criar nosso próprio caminho. Conceda-me isso, Clive, deixe-me ser sua força. Joshua. Uma mensagem de crescimento. Meu senhor Marquês, escrevo em agradecimento pela amável consideração que demonstrou para com aqueles cujos nomes estão escritos nas páginas do livro de Mártires. Sei que esses ficariam emocionados de saber que o primeiro escudo da Fênix lamenta a morte deles. Apesar de todos os membros de nossa ordem estarem preparados para sacrificar esse serviço da Fênix, não duvido que os que perderam a vida antes da hora se lamentem por não poder cumprir seus deveres. O fato de que permaneceram em memória um filho orgulhoso da casa Rosefield certamente acalmará suas tristezas. Que a chama do Fênix queime para sempre em seu coração. Sirva o perdão da pena flamejante. Um novo dia. Não sou tão tolo a ponto de acreditar que a humilhação pública pode acabar com o ódio de uma vida toda no coração de alguém. Da mesma forma que uma panela não pode ficar limpa se não abrir a mão da sujeira. Precisa de esforço, persistência e, na maioria das vezes, de uma escova dura e um balde de sabão. Mais do que isso, é necessário tempo. Felizmente, foi o que sua coragem e liderança nos concedeu. Agora temos que decidir aceitá-lo ou desperdiçá-lo. Um sábio me disse uma vez que a noite sempre é mais escura antes do amanhecer. Ainda bem que tenho um amigo que brilha tão intensamente. Lumor. Porque tudo vence. Aqui, não muito longe de onde você se posicionou entre nós e o perigo, eu me sento e escrevo mais uma carta e tento achar as palavras para expressar a gratidão de toda a cidade. Nosso triunfo dessa vez parece ser diferente. No passado dependíamos tanto da sua gentileza, dessa vez encontramos força em outro lugar, em nós mesmos. Nossas dificuldades nos mostram o que deveria ter sido óbvio desde o início. Não somos diferentes como acreditamos ser. Por acaso, um camponês ama sua terra natal menos do que um membro da nobreza? Um portador ama menos a sua família do que um outro ser humano? E esse amor que nos uniu e nos deu força. Se qualquer servo acástico ou bandido desse mundo atacar nossos portões, não vamos temer, não vamos franquejar, vamos lutar. É o nosso e nós vamos vencer, Isabela. E preocupação com o Gil. Apesar daí ter causado grande sofrimento a ela, a perditiva pesa muito em seu coração e seríamos péssimos amigos se não tentássemos aliviar esse fardo, mesmo que um pouco antes de partirmos para o céu. Podemos discutir mais sobre isso a sós, Joshua. Vamos lá. Vamos, sem dúvida.
If Joshua was worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Supostamente, essa é a última missão secundária que temos disponível antes de ir para a missão final, né, do jogo. E aí,
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. And to let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
No, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive? I can't say my travels ever took me back to Man's Hill. I'm curious to see how it has fared.
Vamos lá. Falei que ia tentar finalizar todas as missões secundárias e acho que vai dar boa, gente. Acho não, né? Tem que dar boa. Ixi, tudo seco.
this is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Apocalypse. Ah, o quintal. Tá certo.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Antes de ir pra missão final, eu quero pegar aquela espada, cara. Tô indignado. A gente não conseguiu pegar ela ainda. Frederica,
Oh,
help me.
what brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilafeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Viagem rápida. Tá, vamos ter que atravessar a cidade.
And how might I help the garrison today?
A Citadel. Pra cá, não pra ver pra esquerda. Isso, boa. Tem uma saída aqui.
Those things didn't fight like men. We're to be ready for them next time.
Come on.
Pela trilha mesmo.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Ih, tá invadido pelo Hector. Um Lich ali na frente.
Be safe.
Uma ameaça notória? Príncipe da Morte, nome bem convidativo. Ei! Oh, caramba. Escapou? Não acredito que ele pegou ele. Tentar acabar com ele o mais breve possível. Cara. Beleza. Será que vai nele? Trevaço, consegui.
I'm getting tired of these things.
Era ele que a gente precisava pra conseguir fazer aquela espada. Ele falou perto do litoral, né? Vamos olhar pra cá. Isso aí, vamos fazer zona de busca. Será que é do outro lado, cara? Eu vim aqui a todo esse lado. Nossa, que perigo. Ah, lá.
See them? I do. The flowers and our friends.
Mais inimigos, né?
What do you see, boy?
Minotauro.
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Tanta fumaça. Não deu nem pra ver o que tava fazendo ali. Mais inimigos? O que tá por vindo? Ah, de boa.
Farewell.
Inimigos derrotados.
That was harder than I expected.
Mas achamos as flores.
But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Pelo menos o Josh é consciente. Não vai querer estragar o clima. Deixa eu só aproveitar. Vou recuperar aqui meus itens, né? A gente gastou aqui.
It's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again.
E agora?
I'm not much bothered
Caixa já feita.
So, will it be?
Finalmente, a continuamos. Como fala o nome dessa
No
espada?
scratches, right? And?
Aí. Melhor espada, pelo menos até o momento. Parece que existe uma espada melhor, só que a gente só consegue fazer ela no New Game Mais, no Game Plus. A gente não vai conseguir fazer nessa partida aqui.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
O Toga tá junto.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you You would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Aí.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Cara, tomara que finalize bem esse jogo, cara. Fica muito triste se alguma coisa acontecer com a Jill. Ou até com o Clive.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Missão concluída. Inestimável. Grinalda Magrina da Neve. Lente de gelo. Pau de diamante. Joe entrou para o grupo do Clive e permanece com ele até a partida para a origem. Devia ter feito isso antes. Teria tido a ajuda dela nas lutas que a gente teve. Bom, eu queria só encontrar um monstro simples pra ver como que é o ataque dessa. Nossa senhora, queda que a gente teve com essa espada. Tá sozinho esse bichinho? Se tiver, é mais fácil ainda. Nem deu tempo de eu tentar fazer alguma coisa. E com esses bichinhos aqui a gente continua. Aumenta bem mais o ataque assim. Testezinho rápido, mas deu boa. Tá? Vou voltar lá para o esconderijo. Vou só dar uma olhada ali no cubo. Aqui acabou tudo. Bom, tem uma carta, Apócritas e tal. Isso a gente pode deixar pra ver no próximo vídeo, mas... Será que falta mais alguma caçada ainda? A gente fez 3 aí, sem querer. Falta mais 2, hein? O Lamento da Banshee. Cavaleiro de Coração Esplendoso.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Toda epopeia começa com uma única palavra, toda sinfonia com uma única nota. Isso é apenas o começo, sua lenda será contada para sempre. Será contada para sempre. Seu legado será cantado para sempre. Tá bom.
All yours.
Não tem mais
Come again.
recompensas
I
pra
may
gente
have
pegar
more
aqui.
for ya.
Bom, tem 2 caçadas. Eu tô achando que eu vou deixar essas caçadas para depois. Esse vídeo aqui vai ficar muito longo se eu continuar tentando botar mais coisa aqui. Gente, eu vou parar por aqui. Se vocês estiverem gostando, por favor, deixe seu like, se inscrevam no canal e clique no sininho para receberem as notificações. No próximo vídeo eu vou tentar acabar com essas 2 ameaças notórias que faltam aqui. E daí a gente parte pra missão final, de volta à origem. Bom, não sei o tempo que vai levar até chegar no último mesmo, mas acredito que vai ser tempo suficiente pra em um vídeo a gente fazer, nem que tenha um vídeo de 3 horas aí. Beleza, gente? Muito obrigado, valeu, falou, até mais. Tchau, tchau, meus amigos. Se inscrevam no canal, as mídias sociais também. Falou!